Which is better for growing a coaching business, YouTube or podcasts? In this week's video, I want to talk about using both YouTube and podcasts, and I have experience using both platforms, and I want to talk a little bit about the benefits and the disadvantages of both of them, and really the overall benefits of using both of them for your business, and why and when you should use them to help you grow your business. So I've been using YouTube for over 5 years in my business. I got started with YouTube originally just by filming a random video and popping it up on YouTube, and that video happened to go viral and got me in front of a big audience. And YouTube has really been a big part of growing my business over the past 5+ years. I'd have to look and see when the specific date was that I posted that video, but it's been at least 5 years. And so YouTube has been a tool that I've been using a lot, and one that I see is quite effective. But this year, or actually at this end of this last year, I got interested in doing a podcast and I wanted to try it out. I felt like I needed a little bit of a break from YouTube because I've been filming videos pretty consistently for many years and have done lots of videos. So I gave podcasting a bit of a try, and I haven't been doing it that long. So I haven't seen like the full results for myself, but just based off of what I've done so far and what I know about both platforms, I want to share a little bit more about them. If you're trying to figure out, hey, I'm interested in podcasting or doing YouTube videos, which one should I do? Which would be most beneficial for my business? So I want to start by talking about how they are similar. So both podcasts and YouTube are great platforms for building connections with your audience. So this means with an existing audience. So whoever's already following you, on social media, or whoever's already in your audience, on your email list, I do believe that both podcasts and YouTube are really great for building stronger connections with those people. And why they are so good is for a number of reasons. Number one is they allow you to do a longer format piece of content, which I really enjoy, and I feel like it's a better way for me to teach and to share with you guys, as opposed to doing like reels or something that's really short and on another type of social media platform. The other thing is that your content it has a much longer shelf life on both YouTube and podcasting, because your content there really stays. It's more of like a database where people can go and find it and listen to older episodes, listen to old videos. And it's much easier for them also to, I would say, binge consume your content. So watch a bunch of your content or listen to a bunch of your podcasts all at once and really get to know you really well, get to know your personality from that content. Whereas with social media, so for like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're showing up, wherever you're using, the shelf life for that content is very short. Typically, people are seeing that content for a couple hours, sometimes a couple days, and then it's kind of gone, and they don't really see it much unless they go to your profile and like look through your old content. So I think both podcasting and YouTube are really great in those ways where your content it really lives there long term, and it's really easy for people to go and watch older content. So I want to talk a little bit now about why I really enjoyed podcasting as opposed to YouTube. And I did that little podcasting experiment. And why I really enjoyed it is because it is so easy. Okay. It is so easy. You don't have to get dressed. Nobody could see you. You can just show up. For me, it was nice because it gave me kind of like a different, like I could close my eyes and just kind of talk from the heart, and I knew no one was going to see what I was saying or see me while I was talking. And so it is so easy. And it's very easy to start a podcast. Like it's so easy. And I set everything up on my own. I didn't get any help with it. Like I put it together all on my own, do all the editing on my own. I made the cover thing on my own. So I want you to know, whether you're doing podcasting or YouTube, the key is to keep things super simple. I always do everything on my own. I keep it so simple that it's easier for me to do it on my own than it would for me to hire it out. So keep things simple. Okay. So that is why I did like podcasting. I think it's also nice for people who are really busy as far as listening to your content. They don't have to sit down and watch it. They can just listen to it while they're doing the dishes or while they're driving somewhere. So those, I think, are the benefits of podcasting. But I do think that YouTube is a winner, the clear winner when it comes to effectiveness as far as a platform for really growing your business is the biggest thing. And this is why. So YouTube is a search engine. It is owned by Google. So it's the second biggest search engine in the world. Google is the biggest search engine. Like I said, Google owns YouTube. So when people are searching on Google or on YouTube, they can find your videos. And the other thing is that people are searching for solutions. You already know when someone finds your content on YouTube that person is already searching for a solution. They're looking for answers, because you can look up, a lot of times when people are using YouTube or Google, it's how to do this, how to, for me, how to start a health coaching business, how to start a coaching business. So people can find me on YouTube by searching on Google or on YouTube and happen across my content. The other thing is that YouTube is really good as far as, if you do it effectively as far as titling your videos and you put yourself into a specific niche and you are good with like keywords and stuff, YouTube can be really good as far as sharing your content with the right people. And this is how your videos can go viral and get you in front of a huge audience. And this just really doesn't happen with podcasting. So podcasts don't really go viral unless someone happens to share, like a bunch of people happen to share your podcast, but it's not as common. Whereas YouTube is actually a platform where they do really push out your content. They are promoting your content to people. They're suggesting your videos to people who they think would be interested in your videos. And so YouTube is a really good platform, like I said, as far as growing your audience and getting you in front of new people. So I have a few different ways that I grow my audience, and YouTube has been a big one. And it's all free. I don't have to pay for it. And it's continuing to get me out in front of new people without me really having to do anything except for show up and make videos, which I actually really enjoy. And so that's where I'd say YouTube is definitely the winner when it comes to building your audience. Both of them are great for building connections with an existing audience, but unless you are interviewing people on your podcast, which can be very effective, and having those people share your podcast with their audiences, that can be a great way to build your audience using a podcast. But like I said, YouTube is already a platform where they want to, if you create great content and they know who's interested in your content, YouTube wants to share your content. And so it's a really great way to build that audience. The other thing is, I do think there's something to be said with being able to see someone, as you can see me right now on the video. So I do plan on taking my YouTube videos and also sharing them as podcasts so people can listen to it if podcast is a more efficient or effective way for them. Like, that's how they like to consume content. So you can take a YouTube video and you can make it into a podcast and you can share it both ways. But I do think there's something to be said with actually being able to see someone, and that there's an additional level of connection that goes there. We are visual creatures, and a lot of connection happens through being able to see someone. And I just think that adds that extra level of connection. So I know for me, like a lot of times when I want to hire someone or work with someone, even if it's like a doctor, a dentist, like, whoever that person is, if I'm hiring them for a service, I want to see who that person is. I like to see what they look like. Like, I just feel like there's a level of connection that happens with that. And so that's where I think you have that extra level of connection with a YouTube video. And then the other thing that I really missed when I was just doing the podcast and not doing the YouTube videos is that there's no way to really have a conversation with people who are watching your podcast. You could tell them to go and leave me a message over on Instagram, or they can leave you a review like overall for your podcast, but there's no comment section under the podcast for someone to like leave comments and for you to have a conversation with them. At least I don't think there is. Pretty sure there's not. It's just like general for the podcast. So I really miss that because I love getting comments on my videos. I love like interacting with people and being able to answer questions and write things back. So I think that piece is really nice as well, and something that I missed with just doing the podcast. So that being said, I am back at YouTube after a little break, and I'm going to be doing YouTube videos, and I'm going to be sharing those as podcasts as well, so people can pick how they want to consume the content. But I do think that YouTube is a clear winner. It takes a little more effort, but it's such a great way to connect with people and a really great way to build your audience for free, which is really, really nice. So those were my 2 cents as far as if you are trying to figure out, should I do a podcast? Should I do YouTube? Should I do both? Shared my experience with you so you can take that and run with it and see what feels good to you. I mean, the other thing that's really important is obviously what you enjoy doing. Like, if you really enjoy doing a podcast and you love it, like, there's no need to have to do videos, right? Like, you can go with what you really enjoy. But if you do really enjoy doing videos and you enjoy watching videos, your audience probably does too. And so it can be a really great thing to do. What I would check in with yourself is, because doing videos is obviously more challenging and it's scarier. So when it comes to trying to make the decision, check in with yourself with what you really want to do versus what just feels easier as well. So when I think of doing videos, like it feels more challenging to me, but it also feels more expansive and exciting because I just feel like for me, it's how I'm meant to be connecting with people and how I best connect with people. But that's a good way to kind of just check in with yourself as well. So you don't have to do one or the other. You can always check in with yourself and which do you feel most called to, but don't let fear hold you back from doing anything when it comes to your business. So just something to keep in mind. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you prefer YouTube? Do you prefer podcasts as far as consuming content? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to dive a bit deeper into building a coaching business, either if you're just getting started with a coaching business or you want to scale a coaching business, I work with both groups of clients. So I work with people who are just getting started. I also work with people who want to take their business really to the next level, make a higher level of impact, a higher level of income, work with more clients. So if you fall into either of those categories, I have a free training below this video that walks you step by step through building your business. And if you are interested in working with me, you can sign up for a free consultation. I'd love to speak with you more about how we can help you reach your goals. So I'll put a link below this video. So once again, thank you so much for joining me in this week's video, and I will see you next time.